Hey guys, Playmaker here, back with the second video for 2022. Hope everyone's New Year's going at least not bad, or at least better than the last year, or maybe the last 2 years. But that's for another time. But yeah, so we're gonna be back with another anime episode review. Considering with Skate the Infinity, they want to at least get one series done because they got like quite a few left open. But yeah, Skate the Infinity episode 9 were special back then, so we're still at Joe versus Snow, just these two go battling each other. But before that, before we see or catch up to them. We see Joe and Sherry reminisce about tricks they did back then, or they're just hanging out by the pier. It's just sort of like, a flashback, but at some point they did talk about like Adam, and it's like why Adam isn't responding to their beef, so it sounds like them challenging or responding to their challenges to do an S beef, like skateboarding race. You guys know already. Terry thinks he knows why, but he says he wants to see himself because he doesn't have. It's just more of a hunt, which is like and obviously not too much. But anyways, back to Canadian snowboarder versus probably the buffest guy I have ever seen do skateboard in real life or anime. So he does this thing called a power break where he just like bounces off the wall. And it's like I believe it was mentioned last episode, only he could do something like that just because his legs. Like, man. I mean, the guy has this. There will be something else I will talk about later, but it's like, yeah, definitely some. Or actually, there's more stuff, but it's like it's only possible because it's him. But yeah. We're gonna then see like some small stuff like Sherry being picky about his like his skating, where it's like you could enter 0.03 seconds. I mean, it's just really small things, but it's kind of also somewhat valid reasoning because you essentially have to be perfect against Adam, who's like just kind of destroyed Becky. Just left Mia in the dust, if I recall correctly, and just seemed to like I don't know, had like a really good match against Snow too. Just I mean, he's obviously a beast. However, no, just with how Joe is doing and Longo, who seems to, not be as passionate about skateboarding, just because of like stuff that's been happening. We see, but anyways, we cut back to Reki, who I'm trying to remember if he snuck in or not, but I don't know. He said he came to watch the skateboarding event, and um yeah, just trying to remember everything. Just like a very decent amount of stuff happened, but we then see Ricky stand up for longer, like even though he's having like kind of a crisis, dilemma, just something he's just going through stuff. However, like he clearly still cares about Longa. Just it's complicated. That's the best way to put it. Uh, then we see Joe kind of do this like missile style. I just trying to let me just try to figure out something here. So let's assume this is the skateboard here, and this is Joe. So he's just kind of skateboarding. He then kind of like, well, this obviously not too great, but this is probably best if I explain. So he does this like plank thing where he going down a straightaway, just speeding faster, and just because of his body, like only it works from just because I mean the guy is just like ripped like real like jeez. This anime is great. Definitely watch it. But however, we see a lot, but yeah, just Joe just kind of has like an even further lead. Like again, this is, I think the first time we've seen Joe skate seriously. Just power break, then that. Uh, and we see then after that, we see kind of Longa like just get more out of it. I mean, he says he's excited, but just like he's just so far behind. He's kind of like getting more out of it until like he see Reki comes out and says like kind of like yells at Longa to sort of snap out of it. Even if it was for a brief moment, Longa kind of gets that excitement back and does like this crazy jump. I don't know how high above he was, but it was like he could see like the city in the skies. Like he was pretty high up. Apparently, it was a shortcut, but uh, yeah, crazy. He then catches up actually to Zoe in no time. Zoe thinking he has the advantage still, and they were back at the abandoned factory, or there's this heading towards the abandoned factory. Joe just crashes through the wall because I mean, of course, it's Joe because he says he's aggressive. Just because of his power, just goes through everything. Not even just maneuvering. Just nope. Just gotta go straight through. Uh, just man, we really need more Joe battles if whenever that second season comes. We see Longa though still not too far behind. Zoe then like pushes like these steel beams, just or just, like hanging steel beams. Sorry, a bit tired right now, but you know what? Grind doesn't stop. So we see like Joe just kind of like puts these beams through, just like forces his way through. However, Longa however, finds a way to get through, and he doesn't like push the beams through because I mean, just Joe's just really just muscular. Like he should not. It's like just watch this. Just watch the anime. This it is one of those that's more exciting than it should be. But yeah. So Lanka dodges the beams by going under it, and then because the beams are still swinging, Lanka uses the momentum from Joe to like then push himself forward from the beams and actually like passes Joe for a bit and manages to hang on just enough for him to beat Joe. However, the board breaks, like just kind of like splits in half. I'm not gonna break this, but you know what I mean. I should probably also mention. So imagine these are the beams. They just like swinging back and forth, and then this is Longa. Not the best representation, but yeah, just yeah, that's what happened, and yeah. So after that, we have Snow or Longa. Move to the second round. Sorry again, just pretty tired. But yeah, it's been already halfway through, I believe, and now we're at yeah, okay. Now we're at the next match, which ends up being Adam versus Cherry, or what some people call what is the unofficial finals. Both both meet up at the start. How and then they say some stuff towards each other. Adam and Cherry. Then Joe steps in, just says more stuff. It's kind of talking about back then, essentially. But anyways, we see them back at the Dead Heat, just both still like just being neck and neck at the start. Oh. Oh, and then something interesting happens. Adam goes for like an early love hug, which I was surprised about. Then, uh, Sherry then, with the assistance of Carla, the AI, he manages to dodge it because I mean, she kind of tells him, or it kind of tells him, depending on how you view Carla, but you guys know what I mean. He just dodges it, goes through, and continues forward. I think he even like gets even further ahead. Uh, however, we then see kind of like flashbacks to Adam, Terry, and Zoe just being younger and happier, doing like skateboarding stuff, being happy, like. Yeah, it's a brief bit, but it's like these three were really close. It also seems like compared to, it seems like both Joe and Sherry knew each other before they met, or knew each other before meeting Adam, which is like, I don't know how deep things go for them. But, thinking what else happened here. this is kind of like what Siri says, like if he knows like why Adam isn't responding to the beast, why he isn't accepting the challenges. Siri just kind of pushes further ahead just because like you can't just because like he knows he has to like do his best. Gets further ahead, changes boards, like goes from short and then long with Carl like telling him where to go. Just he's really going all out. And then this okay, so okay, so we get close to the two going to the abandoned factory. Adam, this cat is still like close behind Sherry, just goes further straight ahead while dancing on the skateboard. However, he then gets off his skateboard, grabs his skateboard, and then just swings, swings the board into Cherry's face, knocking him out. Like, that's just, a brutal swing, super effective. Adam wins with Cherry fainting. Yep. That's how it ends. Just surprise ending, that's for sure. We then kind of get to see like a bit of brief talk from Adam. It's like why about how Jerry's like skateboarding. It's too calculating. It's like it's not. It's like too predictable. Like not. It's like no surprises. And he says he does. Oh, I don't know if it applies to Joe yet, but it does. The reason why he hasn't accepted Jerry's beast is because he finds him boring. But yeah, that's pretty much the episode. Oh, and then we just see Adam just, continuing to like know too much, calling him Eve. So definitely, definitely, we're not, I mean, those two, I feel like we gotta see, I assume. Oh, I said also a note about Reki. He kind of just left early, just after seeing Longa, and I think he kind of gave up his S license, something, his S badge, like the thing that allows him to get in. And then we see Shadow and Mia just talking about how they both want to support Jerry just because Adam is Adam. That's really about it for the episode. And if you guys thought I was done, there was actually a bit more to discuss. So Jerry, who still like quite battered, beaten, bruised, he escapes the hospital anyway with the help of like an AI wheelchair. I think it's Carla still. I can't say for sure. He meets up with Joe again, both giving each other just both trying to grill each other about how Sari was the first to beat Joe. Or Joe was the first one to face Adam while Joe lost to a rookie. Joe says Snow is not an ordinary rookie. Actually, Joe even says he's worse. He might actually be worse than Adam, but Joe says he's overestimating him. But I mean, look what Longer could do. They then argues about alcohol, and then Jerry passes out after Joe finds some, and then it's kind of like we see Joe just talking about how Adam ended up becoming how he is because of like because he's getting alone, but how these two will always have each other's backs, just so they make certain neither of them go down like the path Adam went, or they don't end up becoming Adam. So it's just like nice moment to end on after what happened, and yeah, that's episode 9. There was actually another episode. It's like a recap episode, not covering that, so I'll just put that there, and I'll probably just throw it at episode 10 too. But yeah, that's really about it. Pretty action-packed episode. Decent amount to discuss. I mean, didn't really want to skim through anything. Yeah, that's really about it. If there's anything more, I'll just probably like bring it. I'll just put it elsewhere or somewhere. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Not the great. I do apologize for any background noise. Just uh, I may or may not be in the middle of a snowstorm right now. So uh, luckily, nothing too bad has happened. But anyways, hope you guys are all staying safe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, later.